Plaintiff Nikki McGee was hired to wash windows at the ice cream store where the defendant was a supervisor. However, Nikki claims after the defendant fired him, he falsely accused him of assault, and Nikki was arrested, so he's suing for defamation. Defendant Scott Gunthorpe says the reason he told Nikki to stay away from his shop was because there was a community alert out warning local businesses to call the police if they saw Nikki. Scott insists Nikki did assault him, and he's countersuing for pain and suffering.
Tell me what happened.
Well, Your Honor, I'm a window washer. I was hired by the owner of the company to do the windows. Every time I would come to do the windows, Scott, who's the supervisor there, would always give me a hard time. He would harass me. A lot of times I would come to do the windows, he would make Google eyes at me. I don't know if...
Google eyes at
Yeah, he would make Google eyes. I don't know if he's gay
So you're saying
or what.
sexual harassment?
Yes.
Okay.
I continue to be a professional. I never made passes at him. My job was to do the windows. After I finished doing the windows, I would have to submit an invoice to him for payment. He would always give me a hard time. He would either tell me to come back or wouldn't pay me, but I would never get my money. I'd eventually have to go to the owner. After that incident, couple of weeks later, him and two other males approached me. I was at another client's doing their windows. He came to me and approached me and told me not to come back to the ice cream shop and do the windows. I informed him that he didn't have the authority, that he was not the owner.
Why do you think he was telling you that?
I don't know. I have the slightest idea.
Let me hear from him, and then I'll get back to you on the defamation. Sir?
I can tell you right now, the reason why he was asked not to do our windows at the store, it was not by myself. It's because we have an Andersonville Chamber of Commerce warning alert on him saying to call police if he is seen and to not do business with them. I actually have 3 different alerts for 3 different occasions, one of which is mine, when he assaulted me.
Did you all inform him of this?
I think our owners did.
To your knowledge, what was he told the reason they did not want him to return?
Because if you look at the highlighted areas I noted, he would just wash windows and then go inside the store and say, I wash your windows, now you owe me $30, you owe me $40. And this is a very small business community. It's not, large stores where they can't afford to have $40 a week on windows. So he would basically just hardball it, and then people would just pay him.
That is not true. There was a specific agreement between each individual business owner. We had a different agreement. Some would pay more. I even have clients that pay me up to $100 a week, but they also have bigger places.
When you're done with those 3, I have 2 more here from different ones that are not alerts, but also are...
the alerts to the Chamber of Commerce, those are alerts that they did. Him and his cronies put that together. That's not something that the other business communities did. All of my other clients came to me and informed me that he was going out lying, telling people that I had been arrested, that I was a danger to the community, that I was dangerous. These clients all came back and told me. That's how this got out.
That's your defamation?
Yes.
Sir, did you tell anyone this?
I did not, Your Honor. The Andersonville Chamber of Commerce sent out the alerts to the businesses.
Yeah, but they have to be informed by complaint.
The first one was the first initial Andersonville alert that went out.
And who made that complaint?
It was by the gentleman named Chris.
Associated with you?
No, different business.
Your Honor, after he went out and had those false alerts put out, he also had me arrested. I had to spend the night in the jail. He went to the police and said that I assaulted him, which I did not. That same day that he lied and had me arrested, him and 2 other white males chased me down the street, chased me for about 4 or 5 blocks until I eventually came to a train, which I jumped on the train to get away from him. At the same time they were chasing me, he was calling the police.
Jumped the turnstile.
Okay, why?
Because he was running from the other guy. I was not still after you, was I? I still wasn't chasing you.
He was chasing me.
Oh, you started out with him? You started out with the other guy?
911 wanted to know.
You started out chasing with the other guy?
What happened was he assaulted me on the corner, and then I saw him. I started dialing 911, had 911 on the phone. He started running down the street. I wanted to know where he was, so I was following him.
And what assault had he committed against you?
He had come up to me. He had punched
you?
No, he had his closed fist into my nose.
Punched you in the nose?
I wouldn't say enough force to say punch, but he had his fist in my nose. He put his fist in my nose and said, I'm going to get you guys at the store where I worked.
I have a copy of the police report. He stated that I touched his nose, and I never touched him. So because he knew the case was weak, So he started stalking me. He knew I washed windows in the area, so he started stalking me. And when we went to court, there was an order of no contact. So he watched me. On this specific day, he saw me doing windows. After I finished, I was waiting on the bus to go to my next customer. After I got on the bus, me and a couple other ladies, he jumped on the bus and said, "Get off, I'm on this one, take the next one," and used a racial slur. I said, "I'm not going anywhere, I was here first." So the bus pulled over because he informed the driver that there was a no contact order. So one of the ladies stood up and said, "Don't worry, sir." She told me, she said, "I'll tell the police that you were here first." This guy came out of nowhere. So all the women started fussing at him because they wanted to get home and get to dinner, and he was busy holding up the bus. So they started arguing at him, and he told one of the ladies, "Okay, miss, I was wrong, I'll get off the bus." So he got off the bus. So the police pulled the bus over 2 blocks away and had me to get off the bus because he told the police that there was a warrant out for my arrest, that he had a warrant out for me, and that there was no warrant out. They did check, there was no warrant out. But he went out through the whole community to all my clients telling them I had been arrested, that I was a danger to the community, and I lost a lot of business. All my clients were afraid of me because he said I was dangerous and that I was going around beating people.
I'm reading that repeatedly where he said that, sir. How many charges you had against you that you were convicted of for assault, battery, violence of any kind?
I don't have any. The only charge I have is the one that he charged me with, which he later dropped. He came to court and dropped it.
You had him arrested and then dropped the charges?
On the incident that
No, whatever it was.
Yes,
you had him arrested and then dropped the charges?
Because he went to a jury trial. I didn't feel like extending it more past a jury trial. I said, I'm fine.
It went to a jury trial?
He wanted it to go to a jury trial. I didn't want it to go that far.
So you dropped it?
Because
after all of this, all of this and all these charges against him, this arrest, now you get there and you drop the charge. I believe you're lying all along. Your counterclaim for $5,000, how did he cause pain and suffering due to an attack?
From when he assaulted me on the corner.
What did he do? Tell me.
Walked up to me with the poles that he washed the windows with into my face, so I got startled, saw the poles, took his fist, in a fist motion, into my face, said, "I'm going to get you guys."
Oh, that's what you're referring to. Him putting his fist up to your nose without punching you.
And saying he's going to get me, and so I have to be on the lookout for him?
Yeah, that doesn't cause you any pain and suffering. What pain and suffering do you get from that?
The pain and suffering is having to walk around my neighborhood, having to look out for this guy.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. He's the violent man in the neighborhood who you dropped the charges against. Why didn't you have him arrested and drop the charges if he's so dangerous? No, you're a dangerous liar. Get out of my courtroom. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
This man tried to destroy me. Went to all my customers telling them I was a danger to the community, but justice prevailed. People were able to see that. A lot of my customers, I would have never known he did this had they not believed me and trust me. They said, "Nick, we've known you for years. You're not that type of person. Why is this guy doing this?" I said, "I don't know. There are a lot of sick people in the world, but today I got justice."
I feel safe. I feel sorry for anyone that comes in contact with him. He's insane.
Hey, Judge Mathis, this is Steven. If a photographer takes pictures of me and owns the rights to the photos, can he alter them without my permission?
Well, Stephen, what the photographer can do with your photos is determined by your agreement with him. Although he owns the rights to those photos, his use of them is not necessarily unlimited. His authority to use the photos is as broad or limited as what you granted.